Hey, welcome to the dojo. The sai and how to turn it, how to turn the sai correctly. So you're gonna hold the handle, you're gonna put out the pistol finger like this, and one finger inside the hook and one thumb on the other hook. You use the thumb, hang on to that hook and drop it, and there you have the forearm position. Then you use your index finger, turn it back over into your hand, and you now have the baton position, or the sword, okay? So thumb flips it under, finger flips it over. It's these two, thumb and finger. So flipping it back, flipping it out, back, and out, just through the two fingers. These two fingers. All right, so from here to here and back. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, so it flips around and you just put it right into the hand, and then use the thumb, pull it back, and it's in the forearm. Use the finger, bring it back up. Thumb brings it down. Index finger, pointer, points it up. Thumb pulls it back. This is the simple rolls of the sai. Simple rolls. Simple. Simple. Very simple. Okay? You can use this position for punching or striking with that blunt forced end and hitting with it, as well as using this against your forearm to catch and grab anything and hook it as you're moving around and grabbing a weapon. That would be the idea of this prong. And then from there, you would flip it over and strike after blocking. So you'd have that block, wham, to a flip. So block, and it whips. Block, and a whip. Block, block. Inside, I could use this to shield the forearm and block with the arm. Up, middle, down, and out. Up, middle with a strike, down with a block of the arm, and up with a strike. Up, middle, down, up. I'd have to go this direction if I was going to use my up. It'd be like a sword hand instead of uchi-uki. Uchi-uki would be in this direction. Arm would still be exposed. So if I rotated it over like the sword hand, no longer is the arm exposed. I'm making a wall, making a block. So, sai dynamics, agi-uki, make it part of the arm and shield and make the arm more formidable, putting that bar on the arm. Now, coming around for soto-uki, also again, using that bar. Gedanbarai, again, using that bar. Now, if we're coming up for the outside, you got to use it like knife hand, not uchi-uki. If you're using uchi-uki, you got to come out and smack it with the raised version of the sai. Okay, everybody see that? So, agi-uki, the high rising block, we have this ability to catch. Soto-uki, we have this stopper. Gedanbarai, we have this stopper on the wall of the arm. Uchi-uki, motion, but more like shuto. You got to come out like shuto and use that edge of that to stop it. Everybody get that? So, the flips from the thumb, index finger, thumb, index finger, thumb, shielding the arm. We have the 3, and then up, and you're going to make sure it goes out to the side like shuto. Knife hand if you're going to use this against the arm to shield it. Remember, uchi-uki would not be good. You would still be getting struck to the flesh, so you'd want to bring it out and meet it with the baton position, okay? So from the high position, shielding the arm from anything coming at you. Could be a blunt object, it could be a sharp object, it Could have been a knife or a sword. So boom, this was never meant to be sharp. These were literally like batons with hooks on them to take away sharp or weapons from people that got weapons inside a place that wasn't supposed to be, inside guard walls, so forth. So these were like a tool, like batons, safety tool, inside a prison, inside guards, inside cities and towns where things were checked in. You weren't allowed to walk around with your arms. You'd have to, like coat check, you'd be checking your wares away, and then you were allowed to go into the city or the town and the markets and so forth and make purchases. So if someone were to slip through, the constabularies, police and whatever would have been using something like these, the sais on Okinawa. And from there, this would have been it's a dull tool, but if you know how to use it, it can be very dangerous. And again, used against another weapon, these are some of the positions you would want to maintain. Shielding the arms, making sure the arms are fortified with this steel. And that steel is what you're gonna run into their steel if they have a blade. Even if they don't, you could just use this to whip and smack them like a stick, poke them and smash them and hit them. Lots of different ways that these could have been articulated, but for using it with the basic karate techniques, age-uki, soto-uki, gedanbarai. Now, if you come up, we got to go shuto if you're going to block with that edge. And uchi-uki, come out, you're going to whip it out and use it as a smack. Okay? So age-uki, here's the out version. So I'm going to use this to smack down like this direction from the age-uki. So this type of a smack. And then I come around, this type of a smack on soto-uki. And then gedanbarai, it's going to be this type of a strike or a smack. And uchi-uki, again, just the way I did it. Shuto, the knife hands. Okay, age-uki. It's actually kind of like a up and then underneath smack. Use the wrist this way. So it's like boom, coming in under, arm, boom, under. You might block with your arm and then smack them underneath with this one. Then come around, right into the neck, right into the temple or the eye, and then down, right into the thigh, and then come right back up, right down the center, right down the, open them right up on the melon, right on the top of the head, okay? And then we have our knife hand, cut through the middle, the old bow tie, kapow, you know what I mean? Okay, so blocking position, rest it on the, fold it into the thumb, hold the hook, and make it part of your forearm. The size should be as long as your arm or just beyond the elbow to make sure you're completely covered. There's the armor. So this becomes the armor position, armor position, armor position, and for the knife hand, for armor position. Now let's bring it out for the stick position or baton position. So up, baton comes into the down position, stir in the pot, boom. Then I'm gonna come around the bend and go through the head of the neck. I'm gonna go down through the thigh, and then I'm gonna come back up between the eyes, okay? Now I'm gonna go through the bow tie, the neck, the knife hands, okay? So we have the armored, 2, 3, 4, okay? Then I bring it out. I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those would be the majority. Now you could use this end to strike and punch, that blunt end. You can smack and hammer with it. Certainly could use it in this position as well, and use it like a pick. Use it like a pick to pick away and move things away. But personally, I think the best way to hold it would be somewhere like this so that you can use these prongs. You can flip it into the armor position and keep it in this stick, baton, and armor position. As that's the idea of these prongs, was to be able to click it, flip it into your arm, and make that arm armored with this bar against it. Yeah. So, as we're looking at these sais, This is an ancient tool that would have been used inside the walls or city or town or even a prison where there wasn't allowed sharp weapons. It's not a sharp weapon. It never was a sharp weapon. It does have edges honed to it, and there are prongs here. Those could have been used to help. Now, if you notice, there's exactly the same distance apart for the wrists. So these could have been used also for keeping the hands together and so forth behind the back. It wouldn't have been a very good spot, but it would have been back here with your hands in there, and then it would have been a real nasty cuffing with this in the back, and then you twist it down and have their hands in there while you're holding it, and then you can walk them with this and their wrists back here like that, and this thing is stabbing them in the spine at the back at the same time. So yeah, that's one of the ways of using the sai, one of the ancient traditional ways. Today, a lot of people use them in kata for show and for flipping it around, but the nature of it is a guard's tool. Just like today, officers carry the baton, the nightstick. This is an early version of the nightstick and the baton, okay? And the tonfa we saw is also like a nightstick. Yeah. Now, after the guns came out, these weren't very useful. Obviously, these were good against swords and blades. However, inside 21 feet, this could be better than the gun, just like a knife. So if you know how to use this, this would be better in that 21 feet or less spacing between you and an attacker. So anyhow, the sai, okay?